Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alifia Ananda Ramadhani with name 1924090103. I'm a psychology student. I want to presentation 1. The unreal world. 2. Consciousness collected. 3. The professional fiber. 4. Loving the time of social media. 5. To the disconnect or not disconnect. Chapter 1. The Unreal World. Dr. Aliza Zayeri, Associate Professor of Clinical Psychology at the Chicago School of Professional Psychology's Los Angeles campus, believes there are clear and present dangers that must be addressed. I definitely believe that social media has had a significant impact on our life. The world we see on Facebook and other social media platforms is not the real world. It's a human creation, Zazayeri explained. Among the other dangers that Facebook may pose in our life, such as a lack of privacy, is the habit of constantly comparing ourselves to others. What concerns Zayeri most from a psychologist's perspective is the danger of slipping too far into a virtual world and losing a sense of real life, real self, and real priorities. Zazayeri worries that an over-reliance on this virtual world that we create online is undermining all the progress human beings have made in addressing real-life problems. Chapter 2 is Consciousness Collected. Dr. Eleazar Eusebio, an assistant professor in the Department of School Psychology at TCSPP's Chicago campus, has been fascinated with the concept of virtual world and social media since the early chat rooms of the 1990s. Something I like to talk about a lot in psychotherapy are the various dimensions of consciousness. He say it can get really psychological if you are going to look at what kind of behavior people are putting out there. I have been studying Jungian analysis, and I do find it interesting, especially when you look at personality types. Whatever your inner nature tends toward paranoia, narcissism, manic, depressive, or even melodramatic behaviors. Eusebio says these things unconsciously manifest themselves rather publicly in an online setting. Chapter 3. The Professional Fiber. John Fowler, the chief and MA in psychology at the TCSPP's Chicago campus in 1929, and for several years made his business teacher other professionals how to use social media to advance their careers. 3 years have passed since he published his book, Graduate to LinkedIn, Jumpstart Your Career Support Network Now, and he says the social media of today is already vastly different. Professionally, you say that you want to brand yourself, but you can sometimes get so lost in branding yourself, the way you want to be perceived, that what you present online isn't who you really are. When potential employer meet you in person, they want you to be consistent. Caution Fowler, who works at Deloitte Consulting and sometimes uses his social media background to help clients leverage their brand. However, in a virtual world where everyone exaggerates, and reality is always slightly distort. The temptation to lie or strike the truth is stronger than ever. Chapter 4. Loving the Time of Social Media. Dr. Melody Bacon, a licensed clinical therapist, assistant dean of academic affairs and chair of the marital and family therapy program at TCSPP's LA campus, says social media and the distraction of technology cause problems for couples because they provide another way to disconnect. As far as a fair school, Bacon says, if the will is there, people will always find a way. If someone going to heaven avert or cheat in some way, it's just another opportunity, she says. I don't think it's causing a problem, but I think it does make it easier. I don't think it's necessarily start relationship, but people become open. They start flirting, and over time, it can become where they connect in person. If you have a partner who is unhappy in their marriage, they are more likely to be available to someone else online. Chapter 5. To disconnect or not disconnect. That disconnect that Bacon refers to is at the very heart of what Thurkel is chronicling in Together Alone. As we instance message, email, text, and Twitter, technology redraws the boundaries between intimacy and solitude, she writes. Teenagers avoid making telephone calls, fearful that they reveal too much. They would rather than that talk adult too, cause keyboard over the human voice. Dr. Tom Barrett, department chair and an associate professor in the clinical psychology department at TCSPP's Chicago campus, shares many of the same concerns and his colleagues about people losing themselves in this new virtual world. But he also believes that the motivation for connecting online is the same as it's always been, a human urge to belong and to be accepted. That's my presentation. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.